As we come on the air here at 6 o'clock, we are following breaking news out of LaGuardia Airport in New York City. A pilot and co-pilot of an Air Canada flight are dead after colliding with a truck just hours ago. That crash forcing a ground stop until 1 p.m. Central Time. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on air and streaming on KARE 11+. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis.
We, of course, have a lot to get to this morning, including that crash, as well as the deployment of ICE agents at airports across the United States starting today. Before we get to all of that, though, we do want to give you your Monday forecast, so let's get out to John in the backyard. Colder start.
Yeah, temperatures in the 20s now, so you still need a coat. Saturday, almost 80 degrees, 79 on Saturday. We've fallen in some places 60 degrees into this morning. It's been quite the fall. Even Sunday in the 30s felt cold. 27 out here. Right now we're looking at some light winds. It's not bad. It's totally fine. It's just a cooler start with the clear skies. 19 in the St. Cloud area, 17 right now in Brainerd. The snowpack is gone, though. Everybody's gone with the snow. So you could see there is the sunshine we're going to see today. And then we'll see some increasing cloud cover, but I don't really see any rain or anything like that for your Tuesday. So today, 28 to 45. Beautiful day, tons of sunshine, quiet morning. Cece, the snow is gone, so the roads hopefully look pretty good.
Yeah, I did a lot of melting this weekend. This is a great morning to get out on the roads. Good morning. Live look here on Highway 36. If you take this route, things are pretty quiet. I did get a report of a possible crash in this area, so I'll click around cameras, investigate, but not seeing anything right now. So for now, I'll say we're crash free until I know otherwise. But traffic flow looks really good this morning. I do want to zoom into 394, though. There's always something on 394. So the weekend project that was impacting eastbound and westbound lanes has wrapped up, but the work continues on 394 eastbound this week, all week. I'll have more details about that just after 6:15.
Cece, thanks. We're going to check back with you soon. Let's get back to that breaking news, though. Right now, LaGuardia Airport's closed after a collision between a fire truck and an Air Canada plane left 2 people dead.
Officials say the airport is shut down until 1 this afternoon. Megan McPherson's at the live desk with the very latest from overnight. Megan.
So this ground stop at LaGuardia means no flights in or out until 1 p.m. Central at the earliest. It could be later. 2 flights out of MSP to LaGuardia are now canceled. 3 arrivals from LaGuardia as well. Now you can see the aftermath of this incident in these AP images. A lot of images and videos coming in overnight. Here is what we know so far about the incident. Just before midnight, officials say an Air Canada regional jet was landing when it collided with a Port Authority fire truck. The truck was responding to a separate incident at the time. Both the pilot and co-pilot of the Air Canada flight have died. The plane arriving from Montreal had 72 passengers and 4 crew members on board. 41 people, including passengers, crew, and rescue firefighters, were taken to the hospital, some with serious injuries. 32 have been released. I'm keeping an eye on those numbers as well and seeing if there's any updates. Now, what we don't know right now is what caused the collision, but an investigation by the FAA and the NTSB is ongoing. I will continue to monitor these developments and share anything new I learn in 30 minutes. Back to you.
Megan, thank you. And as we follow that deadly collision, a big change is starting at airports this morning with ICE agents deploying at airports across the country.
This all comes as lawmakers fight over funding Homeland Security, a hang-up that's caused a partial government shutdown. Audrey Russo's live at MSP with a closer look at what to expect. Audrey, what are you seeing there this morning?
Yeah, so far this morning, I haven't seen any ICE agents at either the north or the south security checkpoint. You can see the south checkpoint behind me. It looks like just airport employees at the entrance. Now, ICE agents could be behind the partition. Obviously, they're not going to let us back there without a boarding pass, but that's what we're seeing so far. Now, Border Czar Tom Homan over the weekend says that ICE agents are going to be helping with security, but that they're not going to assist with TSA screening. So at this point, it's a little unclear what their exact role is going to be. But we know that since the partial government shutdown began back in January, more than 400 TSA agents nationwide have resigned, walked off the job, and that has led to some long lines at airports across the country. Now, here at MSP, we're seeing less than 5 minutes through both the south and the north security checkpoints, and MSP officials say that throughout this partial government shutdown, they've managed to maintain the security line to under 30 minutes pretty consistently. You know, they thanked the local TSA crew on the ground here in the Twin Cities for keeping things running smoothly during spring break, because of course this is the busy spring break travel season. Now back out here live at MSP, it appears as though this partial government shutdown is going to last until Democrats and Republicans can come to an agreement on funding Homeland Security. Now, Democrats are making demands of Republicans, asking that they change ICE protocol. They want to see judicial warrants being used during immigration enforcement. They want to see ICE agents ditch the masks and wear some identifying documents. Those are all things that Republicans still have to sign on to. Back to you.
Nice to see the lines are moving pretty smooth behind you there, Audrey. All right, thank you so much. We'll check with you in a little bit.
Well, developing right now, the clock is ticking on a critical deadline from President Trump to Iran. Trump says if the country doesn't reopen the Strait of Hormuz by tonight, the U.S. could launch a major strike on Iran's power plants. Now, in response, Iran says it will target U.S. infrastructure in the Gulf if Trump carries out his threat. The deadline is set for 6:45 tonight. Meanwhile, the State Department is issuing a worldwide caution alert for Americans abroad. In a post on X, the agency is urging people to be extra cautious, especially in the Middle East. Officials say Americans should follow guidance from their nearest U.S. embassy.
Well, back at home, tributes are pouring in for a local sports reporter, Jessie Pierce. She and her 3 kids were killed in a house fire early Saturday morning in White Bear Lake. Pierce was a vital part of the Minnesota hockey scene, covering the Minnesota Wild. The team posting on their Instagram page saying that they're heartbroken by the loss of Jessie and her family. They say she was a kind, compassionate person that cared deeply about her family and those around her. Friends say she was so dedicated that she'd even interview players with a child strapped to her chest.
The players loved it. They ate it up. There's all these great pictures of Wild players interacting with her little boy. And this just breaks my heart, but I said to her one time, how cool is it going to be for your son when he's a teenager to show his friends those pictures of these Wild legends that he got to meet when he was 6 months old?
Such a tragedy. Right now, it's not clear what started that fire. The state fire marshal is investigating.
Right now, police are looking for suspects in a Minneapolis shooting that leaves 1 man dead and a teenager in the hospital. This happened around 10 o'clock Saturday night at an apartment building on 17th Avenue South in the Phillips neighborhood. Officers say they found 2 people shot, a 19-year-old man who died and a 16-year-old boy with non-life-threatening injuries. Officials say it appears a group of people were fighting in an apartment when someone started shooting. They say the suspects ran before officers got there. Time now 6:07. Just after lunchtime, activists and providers will head to the state capitol to rally for reproductive freedom. Organizers say Minnesota already has some of the strongest abortion protections in the country, but now they want to shatter the remaining barriers to access. Today's rally is scheduled for 1:30 this afternoon.